Welcome back. Welcome back. The Alimony Coffee once more. You know, the third segment. The fire for continue for born. We need for segments, the episodes there. You know. So now we can discuss small about evil. Evil. We can discuss more on evil. And we'll continue for knock the iron on different topics them as quick, and we'll wrap this up as fast as possible. But what it makes sense, what Allah permits me for Guna and the Guna. Huh? So we're not care for discussing much on religion. We just can hit pointers them. Just pointers them. Again. Pointers them. We all done the ask them questions there. Not to just me, maybe even you and the rest of mankind. You know, if evil exists, again, the first basis was starts with earlier. The purpose of religion, not of a bad intention. Religion be really creator for remove man from evil, from doing bad things to them. Now they talk of evil. The man stop for do evil and learn for be good. Because man be so corrupt. Not forget say, man starts in centuries ago with Stone Age. Stone Age, previous ages before that. Man not be civilized. Man not be the think. Now be a process till we become civilized. We begin to harmonize, or we know what's in our family concept, or we even know what's in our picking. You know? Maybe those days, person they born picking, not too concerned with them picking or not. But now the concepts only change. So all that be just evil attributes them, or maybe man be lost. Man be lost. So again, I'll get straight to the point. I'll get straight to the point. Myself, now what say I done the land. Now I make I know say, and not just they come out from me. Now what say I done the land. Now what I done they put together for coordinate. And now what I think say really makes sense. Because a very religious person not gonna know this. But my own religious aspects more now for investigate in depth and try to understand life and religion. Now let me continue. You know, do evil exist? And my first question I will ask, if evil exists, I go tell you and say, yes. And some man go ask what's in a evil. We will answer that question. What's in a evil? Evil can be your desires. Your desires. Something where you crave for do what you want. Even some sinful desires. We're not going to say all desires they bad, but it all depends how you go about things. They can say anything way too much or too past smack and not good for man. So much a man in desires them, now they don't implicate them for become evil. Then we want there. Boku want, not to the needs them all, but the boku want, and we desires them. And then desires they are, what's in the lead you again for become evil? Because you're not able to control, then desires there. You're not able for control, then desires there. All the great prophets them, or some prophets them, we're not going to say all, because some desires them be there, some man be a prophet, but he still be to go after in desires. And I'm not going to call names them. But we get some prophets and they get more than 2, 3, 4, 5 wives them. Now a desire. And when you get a desire such as that, you don't become human. You're not a saint. You're bound for sin. Because they try to fulfill your desires. You know? So to me, no prophets no they will not fulfill small of in desire. But then try for live a better life than all. And the most important thing they become with knowledge. Ideologies there for continue, for make you be good. Now the main factor than they come up with ideologies them, facts them, or evidences them, what then they create for make sure say you believe in the concept of doing good. Now that's not religion. So if we classify or try for judge them with previous prophets here, before we continue this topic, if they be totally holy, I want to take that word away. Because not only Allah na holy. If they be totally righteous, I want to take that away. Because not only Allah na righteous. If they be free from evil, I want to take that away. Because not only Allah na free from evil, but one thing what Allah be blessed them with, or one thing what they know say they need for bless the world, for layman departs from evil or sin. So then give you right information, then for guide you soul. Now let me continue. Satan they exist? No. Satan no they exist. Satan just like how they talk of the UFOs them. Satan na an image whoa man or religion don't delay create for fool you. Different pictures there of Satan. Different images them of Satan. But Satan really not they exist. The Satan wouldn't they portray. It not they exist. I go tell you now the Satan would they exist. But Satan wouldn't they portray, not they exist. From the Quran to the Bible to religious groups then where exist 10,000 years ago, and I will give you an example. Satan really not they exist. Where you try to put logic and common sense together, you know, if you're not a good researcher. If you're only not a good researcher, Satan not they exist. Now the next question. Now who na Satan? Now who na Satan? What? If I tell you this, some of you now go vex. But you elect the truth, you go accept. Now me and you. Satan, now me and you. Not to nobody extra past me and you. We the mortal man. Now we, now Satan, or now we go land for be good. And try for find we way to heaven. Jesus Christ, in all time, while they be doing work, Satan be there around Christ. And even Jesus acknowledged that, states that. Even become tempted by Satan. But the Satan what they describe, now be a devil. The devil now with the mortal man. Now be the opposition them, be they tempt Jesus Christ. What did they use the word Satan? Now man, now be they tempt Jesus Christ. Forget this you work way to do. We go give you riches, the riches of the world. The riches of the world without honor. Only man. God make man as the dominion above all things. Now this world, the owner, the controller, will govern every living thing in this world. So we able to conquer any other creatures in this world because now we own them. And now we no more able to give other man the world. You are powerful, or you will get them, or you will in power. So Satan we don't tempt Christ, and Satan will be man. So today I want to make you understand this concept that Satan na me and you. And how me and you can become satanic. Again with desires them. Desires them where you're not able to control. Whether not good or bad. Things the way they kind of you mind. Whether not good or bad where you're not able to control. Where you will act on. You say this, I do a ma. I do a ma. You need to look behind. Now let me continue. And we'll get a few people there. We're going to do something. And get remorse. And say, well, I feel bad for what I do. But we'll get certain people also what God creates. They're going to do something. They're not going to ever feel remorse. God make that kind of people there. But people are able to transform and change? Yes. But some mortal man can become so bitter that, and hearts can become so bitter that, and hearts can never become light. Now make in biblical studies them, they say when you die doing judgment, now your hearts, then they go away. If your heart's too heavy, you need to go heaven. But if your heart's light, you will go heaven. So now what's in your heart, you know, able for exercise and let's go or beer and learn for be good. But again, they say the heart. Now that's the doctrinations they use. But the membrane, the cognitive, your brain. Now you all think the process. Now let we continue. We don't know say Satan and me and you, and some people then get remorse, some man not get remorse, but now so the world lay. But more time we bound for change. We're not static. If we really want change, we can change. You know? Now what's in it make evil desires them? Before we continue, what's in it creates the evil desires there? Because desire is something else. But now what's in it creates the desires them? A feel. Something where you feel. Something where you see. Something where you want. Something where you admire. Etc. etc. But you not get the control for stop yourself say, no, this not to me get some. Or no, I do things the right way. Or no, I for train carefully. The desires them where you not able to control. And they lead you. I mean, then things they attribute to I just don't control. You know, the feel, the want, etc. Then they lead you to your desire. Then you put to action. Then you become sinful. And then become evil. Well, inside Iran, now I want to go small into history. Then get a religion what they call the Zoroastrians, Zoroastrianisms with the Zoroastrianism. And this religion, they say it dates back to the 2nd millennium. You know, but they begin writing into history in the 6th century BC before Christ. And this now a Iranian religion. And some they can pronounce also the Mazdayasna with the Mazdayasna. You know, this religion are one of the world's oldest religions them. You know, inside Iran, the Iranians them. And the prophet again, Zoroaster, something like that with the Zoroaster. You know, and your own prediction again of the afterlife. Now the ultimate conquest, life and the afterlife, the ultimate conquest of evil by good. I make them understand how they head. Not to just say what's in Tasmani Toko. What's in a religion 10,000 years back, dated back, you know, to the 6th century. What's in them predict? Because this is a prediction. And I make them know say all them religious groups there, all they ever do, now predict. They predict say the ultimate conquest of life or whatsoever, now of evil and good. For conquer evil with good. Man for depart from evil to good. Man for land for be good and avoid evil. Now the ultimate, you know, conquest that. The ultimate, when I say conquest, a mission. A mission. Now let me continue. They also believe in free will. This religion. They believe in free will. Then the second one, then gets judgment after death. And this concept don't influence Boko other religions them for follow the same pattern. That says judgment after death. You know? And what a man gets the free will. Well, now that's Allah do. Since the one we know say Allah give man the free will. Now we will start again with the word. I go pinpoint it again. Desire. Desire always give you free will. What's not free will? A choice. A choice for decide for do right or wrong. Now that's the divine sources that we don't do. Then give man the free will for do good or bad. For be evil or good. So again, they get back that concept of the angels and the demons. This religion. A concept of the angels and the demons. Again, a prediction. A concept. A religion which dates back over 10,000 years ago. One of the oldest religions them before Christianity and Muslims. You know? And most of their new religions they become influenced by this religion they talk of so. The Zoroastrianisms. You know? or they try for reciprocate. I mean, reciprocal. You know, this word for commodity in my mouth. You know, when they try for reciprocate, what's in them back to give you know, reciprocal. But me not a reciprocator. Me not a reciprocator. But there we go. Then give me something. Me say they give them. Me then give them now what's in the light, the truth. You know, with the reciprocate, you know, the right way. You know, reciprocal or the reciprocator. That's mostly is none of that. But let me continue. You know, so some of the people here where they practice this religion up to now, when I listen to this, so for them I know some of them people are the ancient. Now the Indians them, the Iranians them, and the North Americans them. The Indians them, the Iranians them, and the North Americans them. And a few days ago, they discussed on history about, you know, the longest ancient people them, including the Chinese and, you know, the Indians and the parts of that, because they were, you know, a mixture of people them from the black and the Iranian stem and the Chinese stem. And these people there, they use this religion to go inside Iran, or it continue, or it starts inside Iran, or so, to go to North America. And they can't go inside North America. So if the white man know about religion, it comes from maybe the Indians still. But they don't understand logic. It comes from the Indians still. So now, let me continue. How we go able to prevent evil? How we able to prevent evil? Satan no come on you. Satan may you. Now what you decide to do today, then they make you evil. You choice them. That free will what God give you. You know, you can be evil today, or maybe you don't want to know what's not good, because some other man and they bring them up in an evil way, pass and go for train them, convert them to good. But you can change. Well, what's in we need for do for prevent evil? The choice them woman they make. Simple. Now, follow we conclude this proper. Allah, now you no more divine. When I stop for talk, say when I prophets and divine. No man not in this world will ever divine. They born you past sin and you die past sin. When I always sin against Allah every day. When all the religious groups there, all the one where they go and preach the word of God every day. When I always sin against God every day. No more time know they were divine or holy. When I remove that thought stay, now I aid them. No more time know they were truthful. Totally truthful. Now lie. Then do a small experiment. Well, I watch, because I can watch different things, and before I talk about certain things, I can really like, and I feel comfortable now. I feel like say, I sure about what I need for say, I come out. They do small experiments, by picking them. You know, for the one I know say, bad thing, not to just by big people them. And the most righteous people them, now picking them. Because then good pass with the big one them. With the big one, as they grow, they become bitter. Only if goodness then we act and become more lighter, then we can learn for live in a positive way. But beginning first, then beginning the upcoming, they can be good. Also depending how they come up. So then do a test on beginning. Then put the all in this room. Then put this test. Then say for 28 dots by this box. You know, and a magnet. You know, but nobody know for cross the line. You know. Then put them inside this room. Then guide them. Then give them the advice. But nobody not go for watch them. So then pull it all, come back now this room. Then say all man they go to this room, one by one, for go take a ball, for send up at this box here, lay hits the dots, he attached. So what's happen? Then first can then picking it out one by one. Then take first the dot, then two hand, they miss. Then look around, where they know say nobody know they watch them. Then go take the dots, then go near the thing and place them and come out. Like say then do it accurately. The desires for succeed. The desires for say I don't accomplish this. The desire for say I pass. The desire for say me are the best. And they pay all mortal money. So when you notice say they need to watch you, you go do things when you not go believe yourself, you not go do. You go think say you good. But if you they pay you, now you go pretend for be good. But if you not they pay you, you evil go show. So not so just one pick can do that. 2, 3, 4 picking and come and do almost the same thing. But if you be there for them, they're not going to do that. So now a test case than this, for sure you say, evil, they start even from the day when they born you. The moment where you get sense, you begin to know what's not choice or free will. You begin to act. Then again, I want to conclude, say, whether they talk of hell or heaven, there is heaven, but hell no day. Souls and they become trapped in this world, what Allah they accepts in heaven. If black man or women man they will know about magic, not a coincidence. Now we people and we don't die. What in souls them, what Allah no accepts and souls them still trapped in this world. Then still bitter, then still evil. Now then the first way for communicate with man. And pass on the evil attributes there. Begin about magic. Evil not come on outside, but pass man. So you know people where they network with the dead, or where really gets that connection still. And then we can learn some of them principles there. Magic. How for to feed things there. How for set fire. Because then spirits there, then souls there, Allah not allow them for going to heaven for cross. So then they in this world, as long as Allah wants them, for me them serve them time. Some of them Allah need to release them. So some of them, what they can do back? What they know say Allah need to release them. They find way for go inside mortal man and body. What they can say mortal man and possess. Now the dead spirits them, where they can inside you for possess you. For create more harm in this world. Because the young souls there no will ever be free. Based on what things they don't do. So we get so many negative spirits in this world. Every moment, even who I sit also right now, I get about thousands of them where they are around me, but I never see them. And now the divine sources are not able to protect me and you from them. Were you pure? Not to say that because you're not Muslim or you're not Christian, that's make Allah to save you. No. The religion are just a guidance for let you learn for be good. But if you pure, you actually pure, you learn for be good, and you good. Then divine source then, Allah and divine source then they protect you from them things there. But then they're around you every minute, every second. The greatest mercy where they tell you say, me I can disappear, and they go to another world, a lie by you. Not to other world, let mercy man they can disappear go. They're only able for disappear for lady eye not able to see them. But now this same world, then they. Now this same ground, this same grass, this same leaf them, this same everything. It's just when they use the medicine, they're able to disappear and lost. You know they see them. Not to other world, but it's not the same world. So another last question, since we be the talk of UFOs them. Other entities than the way they exist in other places them. I believe say yes. Other creatures than they, other entities than they. But Allah not going ever make we and them cross path together. Because the divine is too powerful. It's too powerful. What's how we able to breathe and sustain? They're not able to. I mean, God make the galaxies then so many, and then Baku, the galaxies then or the Earth, because I just think so they say Earth, now this one going place. The galaxies then wait about Earth, then Baku na millions of galaxies then, millions. But we not going ever jam or meet yourself. No matter how man go space, it's not a space for as long as possible. And not going ever see the divine sources that within a space. Because Allah too great for that. Allah too great for that. You know? So let the white man stop for full you say, we get aliens them. Yes, man they think a man no say, man aware say, other things than they, but divinely. but we not get UFOs there. Satan they exist, but not to the picture where them paint. Now me and you. Heaven there, but now hell this. And now hell some man go left. Take eternity. Take forever, infinite. So man is only they go no side. Some souls in the back way bitter. Where can die, where Allah they accepts na heaven. But they're not going to cause damage. Then they can just be at the money, the sufferness. They can just go and pass around. Maybe say one day Allah forgive them. Or maybe say if we were to pray, if we were no righteous things, then know how to pray for the dead. And we pray for them, maybe Allah will release them and go na heaven. You know, but until then, some then they cause problem. But some then they die one day. They cause problem every day. Yeah? So now the thing and that, so they talk of evil. When I stop for allow, you know, religious groups there for full una. When I stop them thing there. And all landed concepts there from an ancient religion. You know? An ancient religion. I make them understand that. And the only divine source, na Allah. The only holy source, na Allah. Now the only truth, the only light. No man. Anybody who tells them prophets that this a lie. Coming back don't live under evil. So again, Lord we continue and try to conclude that part today. You know, heaven, they exist, hell, not they exist, and this not hell. You know, would I explain about the spirits? So we go try for hit another topic very quick. We'll try for hit another topic very quick. We now want to segment this again. You know, first, look and small inside Africa. Look and small inside Africa. Mali, some of you now don't know this. Mali don't withdraw from, you know, I want to say ECOWAS. Mali don't withdraw from, I want to say ECOWAS. But they don't withdraw from the West Africa Military Alliance. That's all we put on. From the West Africa Military Alliance. They don't withdraw. Mali said they don't want to be part of a losing force anymore. They don't want to be part of a losing force anymore. Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Mauritania, and Niger, these are the G5 Sahel region, you know, groups them. Just like how we get Salone, Guinea, Liberia, Senegal, etc., Ivory Coast, you know, then back the Sahel region, they get their own 5, you know, then G5. You know, and this G5 they be created 5 years ago for fight against armed groups them willing to ISIS. You know, but up to now Mali they struggle for reducing attacks there from them people there. Up to now, from ISIS. And also the disagreements between the member states them. The disagreements between the member states there and the lack of funding, the able fund Mali, so the chaos just escalates. One type of reflect on our mind also, France, you know, also don't exclude Mali. You know, say they don't depart from Mali, even though now they colonize Mali. But for now, France don't come out today. And the junta leader, he gets only 2 more years for the power inside Mali. He get 2 more years for the power, for give back power to the people them. You know, so same thing with Doumbouya. We'll not forget about Doumbouya inside Guinea. And back, you go do your own time. I'll be telling you, saying you go for come out soon. You know, so now we continue here. Yeah, Monday, yeah, inside Africa. They don't put several embargoes them. Embargoes are a ban, you know, on Mali. Ships then they can go goods them inside Mali, you know, etc., etc. So, and that's that affects the masses. And what's happened? Russia they don't go inside Mali for replace, you know, France. Russians, their military groups them, or mercenary groups them, they inside Mali for replace France. That's the take place. Now let me hit another topic very quick. You know, we'll try to wrap things up. Another shooting again inside Babel. The rebel them. I tell you na rebel them. You don't believe. Na rebel them. Then pass we all by the rebel business. This is the 233rd shooting inside America. 233rd shooting inside America. And this takes place again inside Oklahoma. You know, a hospital inside Oklahoma. A armed man with a rifle, going at the second floor, You know, he begin for shoot. He say go there for shoot in doctor or anybody with smart na way. He ready for clear anybody, including in doctor. And that he go for. And what happen? And say we don't shoot done. He end up for shoot himself. Now so the people then talk, now so the media talk, now so the policeman then talk. But I go tell you say not to shoot himself. We don't shoot say the policeman then come and then lay at the corner. You know, I didn't kill him. But I don't go talk say that I didn't kill him. But I understand, I don't talk this before. But anyway, they say the man has a self-inflicted wound. Self-inflicted wound. You know? But lie. I also, then we get a concern, you know, about houses that will be in the neighbors, the neighboring area close to the facility, you know, the hospital. Maybe this man we don't go place a bomb around these areas there, but all that can be a false alarm, you know. And now be just 1 week after the Uvalde school shooting. Just 1 week after the Uvalde school shooting. But America, I don't say every week shooting for take place. Tell kind of every day. Not to say every week safe. Now what's in that every week? We major. Now they going to the media. Every day shooting they take place. Even right now how they talk shooting they take place. Well, not that grew up, bro. I don't know how they talk. No two they talk. Every day shooting they take place. Now rebel them. Me said they want to turn me to a rebel. Well, let's continue. You know, let's continue. So that's the take place, and the policeman I think say this man are just a hatred he gets for the hospital. You know, they ask another policeman a question. You know, now what are they for blame based on the shootings there? You know, especially what take place inside Uvalde, Texas. You know, the elementary school. What's in the policeman states, and it's a smile. He say, well, not to the policeman for blame. He say, not to governments for blame. But who that for blame? And this person, it gets sense. I like the answer. He say, now the shooter. He say, because now he make the choice, now he decide for go do evil. And that's true. Now the shooter for blame. How you get policeman and say, they're not able to prevent all sin. You know? Oh, evil very far happen, it happen. So you never blame governments as well all the time, even though they will put measures in place. But at the shooter, now he decide he gets the choice. He say I go do this evil. You know? So I let that point stay from one of the officers there, and I smile. You know. So again, then talk to Biden about the policies there in regards to, you know, gun laws them. But when I know say inside Texas, it's not going to ever take place. So don't ever put law or policy inside Texas with regards to guns. Then they for promote guns them. So they go find measures then for put in place for increased security. But when I forget that ideology they say, they go ever implement a policy inside Texas. And the rest of the other states them, Biden they make like say he able to talk to Congress, but it's not a lie. You know, no policy no go be added. So when I forget that, now all the people like what they can talk now the news so. When I forget they blast for them people there, now ABC, NBC, CNN, etc. When I forget they blast for them, so now all they, you know, evolve this life or continue. You know, not at all. Because they all know the truth. America they for guns. America no go ever remove guns. You know, it's a mandate that all man be armed. Now a culture. And when I don't know this, and if I don't know a culture, starting with the cowboys them. Now a culture. You know? So Texas, when I pull out of my mind. Yeah? Last but not least, let's try for, you know, round this up inside Ukraine, because I don't want to create another segment. And finally, we wrap this up. Even the Pope now make a statement, but we don't know that he direct to. But all man knows say, maybe not to Russia. He say, men don't use this wheat, you know, where it big all over the world, like product, you know, for it, you know. He say, men don't use her as a weapon of war. The wheat, or we can say food. Men don't use food as a weapon of war. Now, let me continue. And when I know say Ukraine, they produce, you know, wheat. Now this country largely, now one of the biggest, you know, producers them, you know. And the price of these products don't they go up. And it only lost. The countries then also we get time, no one exports and stuff. because of the crisis, and they don't use it as a product of war. Now, the first lady, now this is important to me, the first lady of Ukraine, they've been interviewing this past few days. What's important, I just can't tell you now. So, it makes certain statements there. They say even if they make a concessions were made, with Russia, they say Russia will still continue the attack. And what's in that mean? The concessions them, even if certain privileges them or agreements can come into place, they're ready for lose or let Russia take certain portion of their lands. They say Russia not go stop. Russia will still continue for attack. It's like say Russia want to take the whole Ukraine. They don't want one state or two states or three states. They want the entire Ukraine. So concessions them not go stop Russia not for continue. And one thing this woman back, a talk away, a smile, and when they ask any question, they say when asked, they say if the US go send any more sophisticated weapons than to Ukraine, if the United States go send any more sophisticated weapons then Ukraine for help the Ukrainians them fight or counter against Russia. The woman, what he say? A smile. The first lady, a smile like she say, I hope so. That word where you say, I hope so, that means that's not the way confirmed. And that's at the tag too. That's not the way absolute. It's still a hope. Now, a first lady, what the American man talks, then they support. And today, the American man and then they talk, say, we get the interest of the Ukrainians there, and we go defend them. But today, they're not going to defend Ukraine. They don't bombard the whole north. They enter the east. And very soon they will go south and lead to, the capital city. Major weapons, and then they go Ukraine. And now the chess game don't become serious. Because weapons are not going to go again inside Ukraine. When I believe them words they tell you now. Why? Well, I'll make this quick what's in at the end. China don't pinpoint Australia as a target. Because also now Australia don't become a nuclear assets or a nuclear grounds. A country also where they manufacture, where they make nuclear weapons them. And when I not say Australia get ties them with America, very strong ties them. Also with Canada. So since now, Australia don't become a nuclear force, and they support America very strongly. China will also threaten Australia. And Australia, their military might is not too up there. They're not too strong. So America will need for also support Australia. They will need for send arms and weapons there and forces there in Australia. Yeah, when I not forget about the issue also they take place inside Taiwan. Anytime from now, China they attack Taiwan. They want Taiwan by force. They want Taiwan by force. They don't prepare or premeditate or ready for this war. And now what we go for take place. And the American man say they're not going to pull on for Taiwan. So they go for send forces, then they also and arms them. And now inside Ukraine, the American money ready for back Ukraine. So you see the chess game way on difficult for the American money. You go for send forces there also inside Australia, inside Taiwan, inside Ukraine, and other countries then the biggest country war for one day with you, we don't pull on away from NATO, Turkey. Well, now in the route to Europe and all the other countries there, Turkey don't they in disagreement with NATO. The chess game don't fearful. And the Chinese man say that this war they use the Armageddon. They say this war will lead to the Armageddon or Armageddon. That means the end of the world. We don't know that word today. No one today. The end of the world. What the issues there arise, the war take place. At the end of the world they come about. Because all man go use a military power for conquer. So maybe you think say you safe inside UDSU. Or we were there inside Africa, we're not safe. Because when the nuclear weapons that they begin to pass, we just a dialect breeze. They got tanker. But now that's they come about very soon. So the Armageddon or the Armageddon, and Taiwan, the Chinese money ready for takeover. They want that land by force. By force. So how the American man's nigga for do things, we don't know. We don't know. And Joe Biden still it's our because they don't say what they get, agreement with this Taiwan country. based on the American man interest. And one thing now, and the Chinese man and then say, then I like pandas them. Then I like pandas. You know what's in a panda? You know, the most comfortable creature, peaceful actually, panda peaceful. But it can be violent, you know, a peaceful creature. They describe China as pandas them. You know, and the panda, they run away from kangaroo. This nice 60 minutes, you know, interview I be observed. And pandas, and they run away from kangaroos. But them pandas, they're ready for fets. They're ready for fets, kangaroos there. Last but not least, the last topic for the day, the drones. The drones them. Every country now. But last year, about almost 6-8 months ago, I began to talk of this. I said very soon, then drones they go begin to use that as weapons of war. 8 months ago or 6 months ago, I said they go begin to use them as weapons of war. And the way I describe it, that's what it don't look like. If they create some products here as many, and many of them things they go attack certain place at one time, and they create major disaster, major havoc they cause. You know. Now that's now the Australians and they do. China gets their own drones, who takes it? For ready for fete. Russia gets their own, you know. American man gets their own. And then there are weapons there for war. When I be the things, I be just weapons there for videotape and all them things there. No, I be not say they go reach to this point here. Australia don't show what's in their own there for. And exactly how I be describe me own. Now so them back, they don't look like. They don't make so many of them one there. What them things that they ready for attack? And like bees them. They come together and like flies them, so many thousands of them. They come together, they go destroy one place. They go explode. You know? So drones they don't become a weapon. So it's sad for anybody at any side. The war, not also German again need for coming to you. No. They can bombard you, say you there, so it's just drones them. Only drones. Now, when a boy tells Muslims the servants, you know, I'm glad for me work what they do. And I don't think so when they burn me out. Some of them things they myself. Now things what don't they think of. You know? And if you don't think of things then you learn, you become interested in certain things there every day. You know, a worthwhile for share. So to me this is not just something natural. Not to anything where they give me a dick. I'm glad for share me ideas them. And one thing I go learn, my own style, the way what they share me content them is very original. So now I make una forget they share me content them. The way I they deliver me content them, you know, me prescriptions them, a unique, a different. Past one day when I go see somebody duplicate me concepts or me ideologies them. But I go and make one always remember say it starts with Tasmo. If when I hear anybody one day, they talk what I don't they talk so. You know, even in previous episodes 1 year ago, you know, this not just accident. You know, now what's Allah intend for do. And one thing is funny, ever since I start sending episodes here, and the one thing these people let me they vex for. Tasmo, we need you for do the work. So even when they first come in music inside, people then they blast for me because I know say they like me music, but now they work this way they want me for do. So now only be they cost me for do this work. You know, so now we don't work and I don't glad because most of them now need the cost again. And they see the thumbs up, you know, the praises them, you know, continuously. And maybe not say we go end up so. But again, the music, you know, a parallel to everything what Tasmo they do. Because that be motivationally, you know, I can say, all I can get to my own small tax there, me na my own hobby dandy. And my hobby now they give me fulfillment for giving that kind of message there. So everything linked to the music. When I don't forget that. When I get a blessed day and not to accident, and I don't forget that. You know, and Allah will continue for blessed way. When I don't forget that, you know. Get a blessed day, boy again, Taz Muslims the servants, aka Bepeko, the troublemaker. The man will come for insight to you know, with positiveness. That's all we're about. Positiveness. And inshallah, Allah will continue for make una see clear. If una is then deaf, una go hear it clear. Now this episode.